other people view it. I know it was upset clearly because of a lot of different factors. They're the A10, we're the MEAC, their budget, our budget, things like that. But we went up there with a full mindset to win. So maybe I just don't see it yet as far as like where would I rank it as far as regular season upsets. So.
And then you go William & Mary, VCU back-to-back, 2 big in-state wins, at least from our perspective.
Yes.
And then you get this big break. So do you have to do anything to kind of keep the guys focused during this break, not let them get, start reading their own clippings, that sort of thing?
I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about with them, is that, letting them understand that we're 6-3, which is a solid record, but we're not even halfway through the season yet. I know they got a lot of fanfare for beating VCU. I see the guys' Instagram pages and the tags and the tweets and things like that, and it was cool. They deserved it. But at the same time, Illinois State's a tough opponent. Stony Brook is a tough opponent, Hofstra's a tough opponent, and so on and so forth. So we got to understand that the season's not over. Our work is not done. We didn't win any championship because we beat VCU. We just got to 6-3.
With that VCU game, felt like you guys were in control pretty much the entire game. Just what made the difference once you got in there? And, like you said, treating it like it wasn't necessarily an upset to you guys. You get in there and you control it from start to finish. Just how did you guys?
I think we came up with the right mindset. I think that the guys came out with something to prove. Because they know that when we're underdogs supposedly, and they know I forgot what kind of underdog we were exactly, but they know when we're underdogs. So they wanted to come out there and prove it. Then we do have some 804 guys, so they have maybe a chip on their shoulder that maybe VCU didn't recruit them. Then we got other guys who knew about VCU as being a quality program, so they want to go out and beat those those guys too. And then you got another group of guys that don't give nothing about VCU, so they wanted to go in and show that this game is just a regular game. So it was a kind of a combination of all 3 groups in that locker room, and we were able to get on the same page. And then we had great fan support too. I think that at times it didn't feel like we were at VCU because we had, of course we had 100 people behind us, but there was a lot of people scattered throughout the whole arena. So, we would score and you would hear cheers. Sometimes when we go on the road, you score, it's crickets. Like I'm sure we're not going to hear any cheers when we go to Illinois State this weekend. So it made it feel more welcoming and not such a road game per se.
With that downtime before the Illinois State game, how do you make sure you guys are kind of harnessing that momentum from the VCU win, kind of leading into the Illinois State game, but at the same time, how do you make sure guys don't come into this Illinois State game almost complacent, after a big win over VCU?
Oh, we've been hit them in the head with that stuff. That Illinois State's on a 3-game win streak right now. We're on a 2-game win streak. They've turned their program around because last year they weren't very good. So they've turned their program totally around. And then once again, it's another guarantee game. When you play these guarantee games, like VCU, a lot of times, there's a lot of different factors that are against you. Sometimes the stripes are against you, the crowd is against you. That's not your, So it's a whole bunch of things that's against you. So we got to, let these guys know that this is a big game too. This is a huge game. It's a Missouri Valley Conference opponent, so that would be a good resume win for us. We hope that Illinois State, if we are able to win, does great the rest of the season, so that win can look even better for us. But we just been trying to tell the guys that this past week was that you only get about 2 or 3 times during the season when you get a chance to get better during the season. Usually it's like preparing for the games. Finals week is one of those weeks that you get a chance to get better. Like, we were able to put in a couple different things, to get ready for this game. Another time is like after Christmas, you get like those tour-a-days and stuff like that. You get, even now, people don't really do tour-a-days, but before they used to do tour-a-days. So you get better there, and then like maybe those couple days before the MEAC tournament, when you have like that week off to try to get better. Other than that, you just, preparing. You're just preparing for the next opponent. So we want to take full advantage of this week, trying to get better, to get ready for Illinois State.
The tour-a-days are too hard on the modern players.
Yeah.
Too much work.
Soft, man. Soft.
But you talked about there's a couple things that you wanted to work on specifically this week. What were some of the things that you guys really tried to focus on?
We want to clean up our shooting, and I guess you say clean it up, just make some shots. It's rare that we're able to beat a quality opponent like VCU by shooting 2 for 16 and losing the rebounding battle. So that's something that we've been talking about the whole time. Is just, we have guys that can make shots. We made 12 threes against William & Mary, and that should be more of what we're doing. It shouldn't be 2 of 16. And we're not going to be able to win a lot of road games going 2 for 16. That's probably like a blip on the radar. We go 2 for 16, lose the rebound and battle by, I think, 8 or something like that, and still win the basketball game. And we were up double figures, and going into the last media. So that's like, just uncanny right there. So we've just been working on our shooting, trying to work on our rebounding, and just cleaning up things offensively.
And then
In terms of, I think 5 out of your top 6 scorers on this team are transfers.
Oh, yeah?
Are things coming together faster than you thought that it would?
Now you catch me in practice every day. No, it's not coming together faster than I thought. I think that we are having some early season success. We finished out the first semester 6-3, over 500. We did have we could have easily been under 500. We did play some quality opponents, and we're going to play some more quality opponents in the second semester coming up. But at the same time, I don't think that they're ahead of what I thought, because I still don't know yet. You got to catch me after this month. I think, like I told the guys, this month is going to make or break our record, per se. I think we're still on track to have a good, record. We pretty much always have a over 500 record, but with these games coming up, your Illinois States, your Stony Brooks, your Hofstras, the UTEP tournament, things like that. If you're able to win those games, I mean, you put yourself at like 11-4 going into the new year type thing. It's like, 11-4 going into the new year is exactly what we want to be.
And then I know for us, Buffalo, you want to go ahead?
No, you go.
I know for us, Jamari's been kind of a revelation from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
When did you realize that he was going to be this level of player, really kind of a franchise level player? Did you know right when he hit the portal, that's the guy we got to go get? Did you learn it in practice? Are you discovering it over these first out-of-conference games? When did you know what we're all seeing now?
Franchise is a big word. That's like LeBron or something. I can't say franchise level player, but I think that he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. He's probably better statistically than we thought he was going to be. I didn't think. I know at the beginning of the year, I didn't think anybody was going to average 18. Honestly, I think that some guys that we thought was going to give us more haven't gave us more yet. It's still a long season, because I still think like guys like Tyrese Jenkins. He's better than one point a game. He's way better than 1 point a game. Other guys like that haven't brought up their level of play yet. So right now, Jamari is carrying a lot of maybe what those guys should be doing. But once again, I hope that he does continue to average 18 points a game. It makes life a lot easier, for us offensively. But I don't think none of us saw 18 points a game. Coming from 6 points a game, we did think he was going to average double figures, but honestly, we've had a success story, I guess, with other guys. Like the Devontae Carter's a couple of years ago. He averaged 2 points in JUCO, averaged 16 for us. So I guess, the coaches and myself, we got a good eye of what works for us. Maybe sometimes not what works for everybody else, but what works for us. Even Jelani Darden, he's a kid that averaged, I think, 2 points maybe along with it. Now, he's one of our leading scorers here. So just giving opportunity and putting guys in different positions than maybe they were at their previous institution.
I think in the VCU game, I think you guys forced 17 turnovers. And
yeah, that's our number.
When I was looking at it, I think you guys are number 7 in the country in turnover margin. When it comes to, in practice, what do you preach when it comes to forcing turnovers and then, avoiding turning the ball over yourself? And then how has that been a key to you guys' early season success?
Exactly what you said. We tell them that one of the worst things you can do is get somebody to turn the ball over and turn it right back over. Because it's hard to get a turnover. Even though we get 17 and we're rated all this, high in the country on the turnovers and stuff like that, it's hard to get a turnover. Like these guys are Division I basketball players to force 17 turnovers. So, and we don't press really. We don't, like, if you watch us play, we might press for a couple possessions here and there, but we're not like a team that's pressing for 40 minutes. So we do a lot of our turnovers in the half court. We do a lot of, we try to play pretty good ball screen defense. We trap the post a little bit, things like that. So to force our turnovers and teams so that they have a hard time adjusting to that. And then, the number that goes unknown really is like you said, the last 3 games, I think we've had single-digit turnovers for us. So when you're playing a quality opponent, if you can force them into turnovers and keep your turnovers low, you're going to have a good chance.
With this Illinois State game coming up, obviously we can look at the stat sheet and everything and try to determine what it'll be like. What have you seen from them on tape over this last week?
Slower paced team. They average 66 points a game. Not really a great shooting team, but they will get to the rim, and they will keep digging and digging, trying to get to the rim. Solid defensive team. Very tough on the boards, and just an overall good team. They don't have a dynamic scorer. Leading scorer 11 points a game, 12 points a game, things like that. Second leading scorer 10 or 11 points a game, and then after that, it's all single-digit scorers. So very well balanced team, and once again, they're on a 3-game winning streak. They're feeling good about themselves, feeling good about the program. Their fans are feeling good about themselves, feeling good about the program. So we got to go in there and try to knock them off.
I want to jump back in on the franchise player thing. So for me, Coach, franchise player is a player who you can win a championship if they're the best player on your team. And MEAC championship, I think, counts. It's all relative, right?
Yeah.
Now, going into the season, I kind of felt like Ings was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Thomas has really been that guy.
Yeah.
And do you have a sense of, I haven't seen anything that makes me think Ings is unhappy about that, but how is he handling the fact that another guard is in here playing really well, dominating the ball at times? I mean, has he been able to make that transition?
Yeah, Ings is cool. I mean, the thing with Ings is that, he's still getting back healthy. So, like, right now, it's almost a blessing that we have somebody like that. So I think he feels like it's a blessing, too, that someone else can kind of do, the workload while he still gets himself back healthy. And hopefully by MEAC time, now he comes back in the fold, and now we have a dynamic backcourt. So I think that, he's fine with that. I mean, he played well at VCU, though. He played well, but it's like one of those games is like, well, one of those things with injury is that some games are going to be good, and then, like, today he didn't practice. So it's like up and down type thing. That's going to probably happen throughout the season. They always say that, your second year after the ACL injury is your better year, So it's a blessing that he does have another year for us. But I do think that he's going to play better towards the second half of the season. Like I said, he showed a flash of it at VCU.
And then I got one to get you in trouble.
All right.
William & Mary beats ODU with 6 healthy scholarship players. You guys didn't seem to have too much trouble with William & Mary. Any thoughts on that game? Did you get to watch any of it? Have you seen the box score or anything like that? Kind of a surprising result for us.
I saw the box score. I did. I mean, everybody that we beat, I pulled for them. Like even last night I was watching the VCU Memphis game. I was mad that Memphis came back and won. Because I want the teams that we beat to have great years, so those wins can look even better. So I'm happy that William & Mary beat Old Dominion, and it has nothing to do with ODU. I'm just, we played William & Mary, we didn't play ODU, so we beat them, and I want them to have a great year. And kudos to them. Whatever they did last night, where I looked at the box score, Lord, they didn't have too many other new players. They had the regular guys that we played in here, so it was surprising to see that win. But hey, it's college basketball, right? That's the beauty of it. Yep.
So Saturday's the Return to Horton series for Illinois State. You're going to be playing in their old gym.
The old gym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a field house type thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Does that change your preparation whatsoever, kind of being in a loud, quiet atmosphere as opposed to their big gym?
I mean, we can't simulate it. We don't have a field house to simulate it, so whatever's going to be is going to be. I think that hopefully the best thing for us is that they don't practice in there either. So even though that's where they practice in there today. If they practice because they had a game last night, is that it's going to be kind of uncommon territory for both teams. So hopefully that works to our favor.